And then Alante, you have been, or at least you've been in Wicked Land with Aisha and everyone else.
Man,
Oh, so I'm glad somebody's been able to enjoy something that they like.
Wicked was
Look,
such.
you could have stopped anytime you wanted. You're
This
the
is
one who
true.
decided to stay on
It's
this
the
drug.
principle.
That's the principle.
You and I both already know that we are all stubborn bastards.
Hey, look, look. We can't kink shame. It's not our fault that Mark's in the CBT. But anywho,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna beat his ass when I see him.
Anyway,
do it.
Do
back
it.
to
Anyway.
Happy Musical
Is that
Summer.
is that a bet?
Actually, Alante, you're my best friend.
I'm gonna split his throat.
There you go. That's how you do it.
But yes, Wicked, man, this was. I love this movie. Look,
Your puffball in chat is just going off now.
I can hear her from here.
let me
I'll
say
even look
this.
at that.
She's
I
a
can hear her
Grinch
from here.
sympathizer for the Grinch Alphaba.
Oh no.
So for those who don't know what Wicked is, so Wicked
Where
is
have you been?
basically, but it is
Under a rock.
The untold story of the Witches of Oz. So think about the Wizard of Oz story that you typically know. You know, with Dorothy the Scarecrow and everybody else. This is what happens before before all that happens. This is way before Dorothy even knows what Oz is. So this follows the story of Elphaba and oh god, I'm trying to think.
Glinda.
Look, no, Galinda.
Galinda with a
There
ga.
we go.
With a
Yeah, so you're basically following their story from when they first basically kind of end up getting to school. I'm not gonna really go into too much detail because this is definitely so much worth just sitting down and watch. But one thing about this is, not only is there just good music, just straight up phenomenal music, but the overall arcing story as well is that this is a story basically about two girls who, from right out the gate, did not really like each other, who grew from not really liking each other. So you could basically say are like sisters from a different mister.
I sisterhood of the traveling pants, I guess.
Yeah, but
Oh my god, you brought that up?
All the things.
Of all of the comparisons you decided to bring up.
but like the overall story, arcing story for this is it kind of subjects your ideas of what you kind of end up going to know. Like for example, if you watch The Wizard of Oz, and if you haven't, how could you not? If you're listening to this podcast, Wizard of Oz is older than you.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, you're actually under a rock if you haven't.
It literally
If you have not
older
seen The
than,
Wizard of Oz.
Practically everybody alive. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Side note, Brendan, you're an absolute fucko for that.
Yeah.
The reason Wizard of Oz existed was to show off the innovation that was color movies.
Yes.
true.
You can't have the yellow brick road being black and white.
That's right.
But this is basically like if you watched The Wizard of Oz, you kind of know that the wizard is kind of cheap. Not like in multiple instances, the wizard is kind of cheap. And this story is basically kind of not only it's basically kind of let you know who would you say is like the real the really oppressed people that would also be in the World of Oz. Not gonna say who. I'm trying so hard to dance around certain words.
Wicked.
Yes.
Wow.
But not to mention, like going also into the deeper part of this is the chemistry between Ariana Grande and Cynthia. It's just amazing. Like if you had told me, like I would not have thought this was their first time acting with each other.
Yeah.
They're like the overall way that they are. It's just like that's just the kind of chemistry that they have. It's like they've been working together for a long time, and honestly, it was not even a thing of Cynthia kind of outstays Ariana Grande, and it's not even like the other way around. They actually complement each other in their own individual way. Nobody really kind of dips into the actual background. Even when they're in the background, they're not a background character, which is phenomenal. But basically, to kind of give a brief synopsis of actually what is stories about. So basically, you're in the following these people who come to the school. Galinda, who is basically like the daughter of if I'm not mistaken, a governor or the mayor. And she's come to the school, and she's kind of like the super popular, almost like, oh, I'm so fabulous that everybody has to do what I say because I'm so because I'm so rich, I'm fabulous, and all this other stuff.
Popular, you could say.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, the popular squad. Yeah.
Peppy.
And Galinda, who's originally was not going to be there. She was only there for her sister. But after a certain incident, she was actually convinced to actually go ahead, stay enrolled, and kind of follow the story as to what's going on. You learn as to why Galinda, her skin is green.
Alphaba.
Alphaba.
Oh, yeah, Alphaba. Excuse me. You're gonna understand the reason why Alphaba's skin is green. She's not. I'm not gonna tell you why, but there is a reasoning behind it. It's not what you think. But obviously, Galinda and Alphaba, they initially don't like each other. You could almost say they initially they keep saying they hate each other.
Say they loathe.
They loathe each other.
No, Galinda first hated Alphaba. Alphaba just like, you just annoy me.
Loathing.
I love how Tara just said. I love how Tara just said to David,
I love it all.
Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
But I was so heavily invested, and not to mention, this movie this is only the first part. There's gonna be another part of the movie that's coming out. Believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken, November of this year is when the next part's gonna
come out. It comes out this year. It's what's crazy is like the part that everyone was memeing about, the Defying Gravity. It's like it literally split the play into 2 full-length movies, and the movie ends after Defying Gravity, which is where the intermission is in the play. So literally, it just stops right there, like where it should. So, but everyone's not emotionally ready for the sequel or like the second part. Everyone's gonna fucking break down, bro, when they sing those songs.
Those are great songs.
Because here's the thing, like when I was a kid, I always wanted to watch Wicked. I remember seeing the commercials on TV as a kid, actually on Cartoon Network, because that goes to show it was just everywhere. I remember watching the commercial as a kid, and be like, I always wanted to watch Wicked and never got to see the Broadway show. So when I saw that this movie, I still remember when I first saw the trailer for this movie was actually during the Super Bowl last year. And I said, oh, I know that's Wicked. I know exactly what that is before anybody else even recognized it. So I knew I was going to end up having to go see this movie. And when I say that I was so, like the last 20, 30 minutes of the movie, I was so zoned in. I was watching with my partner and I was holding onto her hand so tightly that I didn't even know that I was actually like squeezing / hurting her wrist because I was just that intently watching the movie. And I can't say like there was a movie last year that gave me goosebumps. This did it. This was actually very much like,
yeah, literally everyone who watched this movie said it was that shit. Like it deserves every single award it gets. It lives up to the hype. It is great. It is a really good adaptation of a musical in theatrical form. Like the budget is over the moon. It is so good. The music's been adapted in a very good way. Like the choreography, people have been dissecting the choreography for multiple parts of this movie. Like it's hitting on every cylinder, honestly.
And I'm really
very glad that they actually made a good adaptation.
Honestly, this is like one of the big ones they had to nail, if you really think about it, because even to this day, Wicked the Broadway show has been going on tour since like
it's back
like,
in,
15,
I think it's
15,
back in Chicago
15, 16
Broadway
years
right now.
Yeah, like
All
it's
right,
just,
I
can't go one day. Go ahead and flex.
This is where I get to flex. Okay, so I have a famous cousin If you browse around on TikTok in particular, also on YouTube, you will find Happy Kelly. She is a professional dancer. She's very well known on TikTok for her little dance videos that she does.
Her little dancey dance.
She's been in a lot more than that. She has been in TV commercials. She has been in television shows. If you remember Hairspray Live, when that was a thing, she was in that.
Oh.
Oh.
And she was in both the Broadway and the touring production of Wicked. When
That
they
is
went
sick.
through, let's see here, it was in Dayton, Ohio, I think it was. That was the closest to where I was living at the time. I drove up. My parents, they lived up by Detroit. They drove down. We all met with my cousin. We got to hang out for a bit. Got a little backstageness, which was really fun. And of course, got to watch Wicked.
Trying to see if she did.
I've actually seen some of her stuff.
Oh, I think I've seen
Different
this
times.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, her. Yeah, I'm about to see like a couple of TikToks here and there. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
That is my famous cousin.
Oh, that's dope.
It's really great.
I have
Small world.
I went to
Small
Los
world
Angeles
indeed.
a couple of years ago for a summer thing with Zelda Universe, and I, of course, hit her up. I was like, hey, let's go get dinner. And it was great. We had dinner, and it was fun.
I'm afraid it.
It was really cool.
Thank you.
Wicked is what brought Broadway back into the mainstream focus in my
It's the biggest it's been since Hamilton, in my opinion.
No, for real. It really has.
Well, I mean, Wicked's before Hamilton. Wicked.
Oh
Wicked
yeah,
first
yeah,
came
yeah.
out in, like, I was in high school when it first came out, so it was like
Mhm.
2003, 2004, I think, when Wicked first came out.
holy shit.
And the thing that's
Yeah,
really
old ass shit.
Yes, it's the production is really old. It's been going on that long, and it's that good. That music is amazing. I do have one annoyance with Wicked, and it's not with Wicked itself.
Really?
Wicked itself is amazing. My annoyance with Wicked is that Wicked kicked off the current pantheon of villains that are not villains.
Yeah.
Every
Yes.
single villain has to have a tragic backstory, or you don't understand what they're going through.
They're
Yada,
misunderstood.
yada, yada. We're
Thanks,
not allowed to have a
Maleficent.
villain that's just freaking evil because they love being evil.
Something
No,
literacy, something.
And then Connor, you get the ones where it's like, I think he's hot. Why? He's misunderstood? No, he's evil. Huh?
no,
He's
and like,
evil just for the sake of being evil.
If evil, why hot?
and
If
like
evil, why hot?
And like another really big cool thing about Wicked as well is, correct me if I'm wrong, Wicked was technically a fan fiction.
Yeah.
Kind
they
of,
were saying
sort
that
of.
in
It was
chat,
a book
yeah.
first. The book is very different from the musical, if I remember my history correctly.
Interesting.
Apparently, it was a bit more. It was a bit more scandalous. The book,
Yeah.
Mm.
like they hint at it in the second half. If you haven't seen the second half of Wicked, they hint at it. They're a little explicit about some activities that happen in the second half of the book. So yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Chat's like the book gets gay and other stuff.
Other stuff.
This
It's
is Wicked is also the production that kicked off Idina Menzel's career. So everybody who
Yeah.
freaks out about Frozen and Let It Go, it started with
Oh.
Wicked.
Damn it.
and like
Mhm.
the current
Found
order.
the origin, chat.
And like
So-
if I'm not mistaken, like the canonical order to watch, like if you want like the full like canon, non-canon breakdown of the Wizard of Oz is, even though like they technically not all connected, but there's Oz the Great and Powerful. Then there's Wicked, Wicked Part 1, Wicked Part 2, except for like the ending half of it, the Wizard of Oz, and then the last part of Wicked, if I'm not mistaken.
Where's the Wiz coming in? though?
Kind of, sort of. It's the end of Wicked. Kind of
Where's the Wiz?
falls in parallel to the end of the Wizard of Oz.
Wicked is like so you know how like there's like so many different Spider-Man, and like even though like they're all connected, they're still not the same Spider-Man. That's where the Wiz falls in.
Ah,
Man.
the Wiz.
But yeah, man, Wicked is definitely what's the word? A cultural shift for for musicals and Broadway
guaranteed.
stuff. What's really cool is if you look into it, Ariana Grande's whole background before she even did all the stuff on Nickelodeon, but where where a lot of us started seeing her, she had a big background in Broadway stuff. Like she's been nerfed this whole time, and Wicked is honestly like her big payoff. Like this is what she's wanted. If you've seen clips of like the interviews where they're crying every time and everyone's like, oh, it's a bit, they don't even like each other, they don't even mean those no, they legit have a reason to cry because this is like the culmination of their whole life and career. She's obsessed with Wizard of Oz. She fucking loves Wicked and Wizard of Oz, and her being able to play Galinda is like the biggest goal. They gifted her the original wand of the person who played Galinda in the first Wizard of Oz, I think.
I cannot remember her name, and I should be able to remember her name.
But yeah, chat's even like Ari was a theater kid who got famous in Hollywood and then went back to Broadway instead of the opposite.
Damn.
Say what you want about her. She's wanted this her whole life. I don't blame them for crying. She got her dream role. And she made a tweet in 2011 saying she wanted to be Galinda.
And she got it.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Kristen Chenoweth, that was the original Galinda.
Yeah.
Dreams have come true.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
Just do it.
And the last thing I want to say on about it before I go ahead and drop it is, as Dave likes to call me, an unofficial theater kid.
Yeah.
This movie definitely rings with me in terms of music, but it also has spurred a long list of videos I've seen of people trying. Some people, like a lot of people, succeeding, and a lot of people failing to hit that last note in Defying Gravity, and it is hilarious. Note. It's like if you hit it, it's phenomenal. If you miss it, it is hilarious. And I know I can't hit it, but I definitely like seeing people try.
LOL.
I can hit it, but that's because I have the advantage of going falsetto.
Nice.
You know what? Home field advantage, I guess.
Hey,
Wicked, watch it.
Play shit you love, people. Don't do what you have to. Do what you love.
Chase your dreams.
It's all about the long game, chat.
It's always been about the long game.
If somebody gives this channel 20 subs, I will do a full rendition of me singing a song and have it posted on the commentary on the ConMenRDW YouTube channel.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a goal, chat. Spend a lot to live his dreams. 20 gift subs.
Chat's like, no.
No. No.
And then
it's not a particular person here who's here because he might actually do it, and I'm like, don't do it.
Don't.
I mean, do it. Do it, coward.
I'll do it. Please don't make me do it. Please don't.
I'll do it, coward. I'll do it with you. No,
chat. If you pay me, I will do this outlandish thing. Please, chat, don't play. Please, chat, don't play.
Please, chat, don't play him.